I opened that safe expecting to find tax documents, and instead I found my dead mother's diary staring back at me. My hands were shaking as I lifted it out. The worn leather cover, the little brass lock I remembered from childhood. Mom had died 3 years ago, and I'd searched everywhere for this diary. She'd mentioned it so many times, said it contained all her important memories. But after the funeral, it just vanished. And now here it was. In my husband David's office safe. The safe he claimed was just for boring legal stuff and nothing you'd be interested in, babe. I was only in there looking for our marriage certificate. We needed it for a mortgage refinance, and David was out of town on another one of his business trips. He'd given me the combination months ago, rolling his eyes like I was being dramatic for wanting access to our own documents. My heart was pounding as I opened the diary. Mom's familiar handwriting filled the pages, but as I read, my blood turned to ice. Entry after entry about David. My David. Dating back 5 years before we even met. David stopped by again today. He's getting more aggressive about wanting Dad's land. I told him the same thing I always tell him, it's not for sale. He got that look in his eyes again. The scary one. I flipped forward frantically. David brought flowers today. Said he was sorry for getting heated. But then he started asking about my health, about my heart medication. Why would he care about my medication? Further still. I'm getting sicker. The new pills David recommended from his doctor friend aren't helping. If anything, I feel worse. But he's being so sweet, checking on me every day. Maybe I was wrong about him. My vision blurred. I dropped the diary, pages scattering across David's Persian rug. David had known my mother before he met me. He'd been after her property, the 20 acres of prime real estate she'd inherited from my grandfather. The land I'd sold 6 months after her death because I couldn't afford the taxes. The land I'd sold to David's investment company for way below market value because my loving husband had convinced me I needed to let go of the past and not burden myself with property management. I grabbed more pages, my hands trembling violently. David introduced me to his girlfriend today. Sarah seems lovely. So young and trusting. I wanted to warn her, but what would I say? That I think her boyfriend might be trying to poison me? She'd think I was crazy. I was going to be sick. I ran to David's bathroom and barely made it to the toilet. He'd targeted me. Everything about our relationship was a lie. Our meet cute at the farmer's market where he'd bumped into me and spilled coffee on my dress. The way he'd pursued me so persistently, showing up at my work with lunch, leaving sweet notes on my car. It was all calculated. He'd watched my mother die slowly, probably helped it along, then swooped in to comfort her grieving daughter. I called my mother's doctor with shaking fingers. Oh yes, I remember David, Dr. Martinez said. He was so devoted, always asking detailed questions about her medications and treatments. Such a caring future son-in-law. Future son-in-law. Before we'd even met. Doctor, those new heart pills she was taking at the end. Did you prescribe those? A pause. What new pills? I didn't change her medication in her final months. She was stable. I hung up and screamed until my throat was raw. But then something shifted inside me. The grief crystallized into something harder. Sharper. David thought he was so clever. But he'd made one crucial mistake. He'd kept evidence. I photographed every page of that diary. Then I started digging through the rest of the safe. Bank records showing payments to a pharmaceutical consultant. Property records backdated to before my mother's death. Insurance documents where David was listed as a beneficiary on policies I never knew existed. My husband wasn't just a murderer. He was sloppy. I called my college roommate Jessica. She'd become a prosecutor after law school. Sarah, what you're describing sounds like elder abuse and possibly homicide. But we need more than a diary. What if I could get him to confess? That would change everything. But Sarah, if this man is what you think he is, I'll be careful. I promise. I spent the week planning. David was coming home Friday, expecting his loving wife and a home-cooked meal. Instead, he was going to get the surprise of his life. I set up cameras in every room. Tiny ones, hidden in picture frames and behind books. Then I waited. David walked through the door Friday night with flowers and that $1,000,000 smile. "Hey beautiful. Miss me?" I smiled back and kissed his cheek. "Always. I made your favorite pot roast." Over dinner, I was the perfect wife. Attentive, loving, asking about his trip. Then, as he relaxed with his third glass of wine, I pulled out the diary. "I found something interesting in your safe." His fork froze halfway to his mouth. For just a second, I saw his mask slip. "I don't know what that is." "It's my mother's diary, David. The one that mysteriously disappeared after her funeral. The one where she writes about you visiting her for months before we met." He set down his fork carefully. "Sarah, I can explain." "Please do. Explain how you courted a sick old woman, convinced her to take mystery medication, then seduced her daughter to get your hands on her property. You're being dramatic. Your mother was confused at the end. Sick people imagine things." "Are you saying she imagined you? Imagined the pills you brought her?" "Because I have medical records, David. She was stable until those final months. Until you started helping." His whole demeanor changed. The loving husband disappeared, replaced by something cold and calculating. "You stupid bitch. You have no idea what you're messing with. There it is. The real you." He lunged across the table, but I was ready. I'd moved all the knives. "Did you kill her, David? Did you poison my mother? She was old. She was going to die anyway. That land was wasted on her. And me? Was I going to have an accident once you got tired of playing house?" His silence was answer enough. "Well, here's the thing, sweetheart. This whole conversation has been recorded. Those cameras you're looking for? There are 12 of them. And everything's being live-streamed to a private server that the police already have access to." The color drained from his face as sirens wailed in the distance. "You see, I called my prosecutor friend. Turns out, a full confession on video is exactly what they needed." David was arrested that night. The investigation uncovered 2 other elderly victims in different states. Women who died mysteriously after befriending my charming husband, leaving him property or money in hastily changed wills. He's serving life now, no possibility of parole. I donated Mom's land to the county for a public park. There's a bench there with her name on it, overlooking the pond where she used to feed ducks. Sometimes the people who claim to love us the most are the ones planning our destruction. But Mom taught me something important through that diary: never stop fighting, even from beyond the grave. Trust your instincts. Document everything. And remember, the truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deep someone tries to bury it. Have you experienced something like this? Tell me in the comments.